This podcast empowers, educates, and personifies the essence of women by embracing natural, clean beauty.
Hi, thanks for joining me on the pod today. Welcome back. In case this is your first time listening to the podcast, welcome to Curled Melanin Podcast. It's me, your nappy curled brown skin sister from out of town, and today we're going to be talking about very interesting ingredients in beauty care, cosmetics, skincare routines, which seems to be making a big buzz on the internet, on the socials, with the manufacturers, with the gurus. And if you are a person who is simply looking for a skincare that actually works for you, while it's at the same time understanding trends, let's dive deep in together. So today we're going to be talking about hyaluronic acid and glycerin. Some people are swearing by hyaluronic acid, trying to get the words correctly, that it's a holy grail. But what's really the difference between glycerin and hyaluronic acid? Or in short form, you can call it an HA. So even as we dive deep in, I just want to talk about the differences and the similarities, while it's also illustrating the properties of the two ingredients. So if you've been with me for a while, you realize that mostly I encourage people to shop ingredients and not brands. And my reason is really simple. When you're talking about clean natural beauty, it's very easy to fall into the category of the masses and end up being misunderstood. And what that brings is mainly, eventually, actually, you end up getting lost, losing yourself, and getting counter reactions. So if you are like me, who wants to just have a clean skin, okay, while at the same time understanding the melanin and just looking like a clean person, clean face, clean skin, less scars, you gotta understand what ingredients are in your beauty care products and what those ingredients are doing for you, to you. That way you'll be able to make a better informed decision. So thanks again for joining me on the pod. I'm a cosmetologist, I'm a hairdresser, and I am also an educator. I am very passionate about natural skin and melanin. I'm a dark-skinned, I got a darker shade skin tone, and I mostly wear a nappy curl. So yeah, so speaking from experience, and because I want to maintain this, I'm on a quest to get as much answers as I can get out of society. So back to the topic of discussion, which is glycerin and hyaluronic acid. Today we're going to be talking, first of all, we're going to dive deep into understanding the product labels and identify which beauty care products to use. You agree with me that selecting a beauty care product to use may seem daunting, especially when you're faced with ingredients that appear to offer similar results. When you look at glycerin and hyaluronic acid, for example, you will find them in moisturizers, which makes it difficult to choose formulas together. And we'll be sharing information about glycerin versus hyaluronic acid so that you can decide which, if not both, is worth a place in your skincare routine. Before you compare one ingredient against the other, it's important to understand them individually. You've seen glycerin around and maybe even probably used it before. So glycerin is a type of carbohydrate which is sometimes called a sugar and an alcohol, and it contains slightly more calories per gram than sugar. So this occurs naturally in fermented foods and beverages, and you can also get it from things like molasses. So once we understand the basics of glycerin, we now understand that it is classified as a carbohydrate, which is also called a sugar, alcohol, or polyol. And the other name for glycerin is glycerol. So like more sugar alcohols, glycerin is not as sweet as sugar, though it can be maybe 60 to 75% sweet. So that is what glycerin is. On the other hand, hyaluronic acid, as everybody seems to be excited about it, is, and wondering what exactly is this? Like, what are you talking about, Pauline? It seems to be, hyaluronic acid has been around, and apparently recently it's making a massive comeback. and it's actually creating a name for itself. So we would say this is a natural carrying substance that already exists in your body, in case you didn't know. Yeah, it's found in your skin, and its job actually is to help retain water, and is responsible for moisturizing your body's soft tissues. So a molecule of hyaluronic acid is capable of holding up to, say, 1,000 times its weight in water. Like, that's how much work it can do, right? So because of its hydrating properties, hyaluronic acid is commonly found in moisturizers and serums, making it claim its ability to slow aging and its correct usage. And this is something that I can actually claim for myself, because 5 months ago I started noticing that I was developing a fine line on my forehead, and I hated it. Like, I hated it. So because in beauty therapy I'd learned about hyaluronic acid and how you can just use it to just keep the moisture on your skin. So I grabbed hold of some hyaluronic acid on the counter in a pharmacy store, and I'd been using it consistently for 3 months, and I was like, this thing is good. I think it's worth understanding, because when I look at HA, it's got similar properties as glycerin, and I think if you are not careful, you might get confused between the two, and you might be left wondering which one is better and which one performs more. So they are both humectants, which is a good thing, and this simply means they're able to hold moisture, making your skin to be more moisturized, which is why growing up in my community, our parents would always, whenever they buy a moisturizer, like a moisturizing cream, they'd always pour glycerin. And I never understood why my mother always did that, and I hated it. But growing as a grown woman, I'm like, so that is why. Oh, okay, makes a lot of sense now. Okay, so when you look at HA, it has a lightweight, almost water-like texture. And in addition to hydrating, hyaluronic acid benefits include plumping the skin and minimizing the appearance of age-related concerns, such as wrinkles. However, conventional hyaluronic acid molecules are too large to give skin long-lasting hydration. As such, only products with small HA molecules will provide the full range of benefits. Ultimately, glycerin and HA are both effective moisturizers. And you must be wondering, but then if they are both good moisturizers, why is one expensive than the other? Because in my community, actually in local stores in my area, you could actually find glycerin for $1. Sometimes even less than $1. But the cheapest you'd get HA is maybe $3 or $4, which is like mad difference, right? So when you look at the different types of skin and you're wondering which one would I go for, let's say you have a dry skin type, yeah? As most hydrating humectant, glycerin is a natural choice for dry skin type. So I have a friend who's got a dry skin, and she's been using glycerin, and her skin feels super moisturized. So studies show that glycerin also helps improve skin moisture balance function, which can help boost the skin's defenses against hydrating environmental irritants. By the way, it is cheaper, it is easily accessible almost at any retail store in one's location, especially in my town. Even me who lives out in the sticks, even when I drive to the closest market, I'm assured of finding glycerin. So hooray, it's a plus for me. If you have oily or acne prone skin, since glycerin can be sticky in high concentration, hyaluronic acid is a better option for those with naturally oily skin, or if you are experiencing cystic acne, which was my situation previously, but now my skin is moisturized, the acne is gone, and I'm feeling super duper confident in my skin again. So incorporate a hydrating serum into your daily routine for lightweight moisture that won't weigh down the skin. With regular use, HA can visibly minimize the appearance of enlarged pores, a common concern for oily skin type. And if you want smoother looking skin and glowing skin, definitely HA would do the work. I must point out though, HA on its own does not lighten, rather it tightens sagging skin. So that's the difference between tightening and lightening. So if you have irritated or sensitive skin like me, you research indicates that glycerin benefits the skin moisture barrier, which is often weak or damaged. In those with sensitive skin type, glycerin creates a defensive barrier against environmental irritants, making it ideal for you if you have recently damaged skin or you're healing from acne and you just want to get all the moisture in your skin as your skin is taking its time to do the healing. But if you have normal combination skin, there is no need to pick glycerin or hyaluronic acid. In fact, you can use them simultaneously. So if you have extra money on you, you can buy both and you can alternate. I would say in the morning, wear glycerin, and maybe in the evening when going to bed, maybe 5 or 10 minutes before, you can do your usual face washing ritual. After that, wear your HA, and mostly recommend wearing that even 5 or 10 minutes before you lay your hair down, just so you give it time to soak in and allow your skin to do its thing. But if you have mature skin like my mother, if fine lines and wrinkles are a concern, it's hyaluronic acid you should turn to. As you age, your skin produces less hyaluronic acid on its own, which leads to wrinkles and other signs of aging. So on the flip side, when applied topically, apparently, HA can reduce the depth of wrinkles, as well as improve skin elasticity and firmness, which makes it a very good candidate for applying on your forehead, on your cheeks, and your chin. But for those with aging skin, can benefit from moisturizer that contain HA. Overall, both glycerin and HA are good at what they do. What matters most is one's desire with their skincare in the long run and how generous their budget is. Otherwise, both ingredients are a post on my skincare routine, and you will find my basket full of each because I want extra hydration even as I age. So I'm 30 and as many people, we start freaking out once we hit 30 because like, oh no, my God, I'm aging. But I refuse to move with time. So I wear my sunscreen, I wear my moisturizer, and in my moisturizer you'll mostly find glycerin and HA because I want to take the best, everything I can. But when I'm working with limited cash, I always keep an extra glycerin somewhere, and then I diluted it with rosemary water or rose water. But when I have extra cash on me, I definitely always grab an HA. So in case you're wondering the difference between glycerin and hyaluronic acid, I hope this eased some of your concerns and this enabled you to be able to go out there and pick up your bottle and get started with your skincare. If you have any concerns or you want to reach out or you also want to recommend a product, be sure to email me, that is Pauline@crowdmel9.com, or connect with me on Instagram or direct email me on my blog, and I'll be more than glad to connect with you. So thanks for being part of this podcast today, and I'll talk to you again next time somewhere on the internet. Have yourself a wonderful day, and next time.
Thanks for being part of today's episode. Grow in self-love and acceptance the Curled Melanine way.